Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. It is a solemn day today in Madison Square Garage. Dan Danielson to my left. I am www Reece, here to talk about all things professional wrestling, mostly about John Cena today. Saturday night's main event has come and gone, and so has John Cena's in-ring wrestling career.
John Cena is now a retired professional wrestler.
As you can see, we're all decked out in John Cena gear today. We've got the shirts, we've got the hats, pop, cards, everything. Paying our respects to the greatest of all time in his defeat to Gunther in the main event of Saturday night's main event.
Look, early thoughts. Let's talk about the match.
Yeah.
We can talk about all the pomp and stance and everything around it. The whole last time is now to it and everything. We'll get into that. But the match itself, I think, was exactly what we all anticipated it was going to be with Gunther.
Yeah.
When the tournament was announced and Gunther was in that tournament, we're like, Gunther's winning this.
And he got his Walter music back as well.
Very dominant, very heelish. The fact that when he won and he tapped out LA Knight, and he walked up to the camera and he said, I hope you're watching, John. I'm going to make you give up. We all should have seen that that is the exact sign.
The writing was on the wall.
He's going to make him tap.
Yeah.
And I think we fantasy booked and a lot of people in our Discord and on our live chats, if you wanted to jump back to our YouTube, we did watch it live. So if you want to watch two grown men cry to John Cena, you can. We were saying that it would have been a nice idea for Cena to never have given up. Yeah. And to, pass out or fall asleep. And we assumed Gunther was winning. He was going to go over. He's retired Goldberg. He's going to retire Cena. Maybe next year he retires AJ Styles at WrestleMania. Who knows?
Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam.
Mate, just make him the new legend killer, but not legend killer in that sense.
But you know what? A better legend killer than Randy Orton ever was.
Yeah, because he's not doing it for the crowd.
Because he's retiring people. He's just not attacking existing legends.
Yeah.
He's retiring people.
And he's not picking on the older people. He's just like ending your careers.
Yeah.
But look, the match itself, although slow and methodical, I think was exactly the way that John Cena's final match should have been. It was a dominant, massive heel, beating Cena up. Cena getting his high spots, hitting the 5 moves of doom, getting the crowd involved, the you can't see me, and the fact that he got the whole crowd, he's like, we're going to do this one more time. And then he did it a second time, and then he was ready for the third one, and you're like, all right, everyone, and the whole crowd was in.
Yeah.
Gunther kicks him and stops it. Perfect heel heat. They built a crescendo of that match to everything Cena. Gunther didn't throw the kitchen sink at him, but every powerbomb, every chop kept kicking Cena down. Down.
When he's down, he's like talking to the referee. Ask him if he gives up yet.
And it was perfect heel heat for Gunther to have that mentality. It was perfect underdog. And I think it wasn't Sam Roberts. It was the other guy on the post show saying that this was the one night we wanted Super Cena to be Super Cena and win.
We got Super Cena chance.
Yeah.
For the first time ever.
It was crazy. And then you've got your AA off the stairs through the announce table. You think there's your hope spot, and Gunther just comes back. And then that last 5 to 10 minutes of the match, Sleeper. Gets out.
Sleeper.
AA. Sleeper. Gets out. AA. Sleeper. Braden, I think, said it really well in our chat when it was live. It's like, this match proved that good pro wrestling isn't always about moves. It's often about the story.
Yeah, well, that was the majority of the crux of Gunther's promo on Monday Night Raw. Saying he's going to make John Cena give up, which happened. But he said, professional wrestling, the greatest professional wrestler will beat the greatest sports entertainer.
And this was professional wrestler going over sports entertainer.
Yeah,
and that's what happened. Right decision, really good match for what it was. The whole event was superb. We'll go through that from the start in a second. But to me, this is probably exactly what John Cena asked for.
Yeah, and I think it was the exact way that they told the story of John Cena giving up. Yeah. Constantly fighting up. We got the arm drop spot, and then on the third one, he doesn't give up. They went back to it. and he's there and he's fighting. And you commented on it. It was like John Cena was looking directly at his wife. He started smiling. Oh, I'm getting choked up just talking about it. He started smiling, and then he was just like,
because he knew it was the end.
And then tapped out.
But and this is something that we've said as well with a lot of wrestling, right? And when like Jay, we can go to Jay and Gunther at WrestleMania when they've sort of tapped out. Like it's been a bit of a crappy finish when, oh my God, he's tapped. When we gave a lot of credit for Jon Moxley in AEW when he was getting choked out and stuff, and then he would just fight for his life and tap. This, like you said, Cena looked at his wife. He was complacent. He was done.
He accepted his fate.
He accepted it.
Accepted
and he
the end.
Softly tapped. He's like, I'm done. Thank you.
I don't think like that, like this whole match, like, it's coming towards the end, but it was at that moment I cracked because it was just the smile and then the tap.
It was the acceptance.
The crowd just went dead. The crowd just was done.
Because I think the majority of the crowd there obviously we all love Cena. There was probably, I would say, 70% of people in there that maybe had the slight chance that, look, John Cena is the greatest of all time. He's going to win his last match. And I think the majority of other people, especially like the internet market stuff, are like, yeah, he's going out on his back. This is what Cena will do.
Yeah.
But I don't think any of us saw, I think I even said on the live stream, I knew Gunther was going to win, but it still shocked me when he did. When he just softly, I still was not prepared for that finish. And the fact that John Cena has not tapped out in 20 years, he's never given up. It was poetic.
Crazy.
And this was the best storytelling finish to a career for John Cena than you could have had.
Yeah, and that's the thing. This was storytelling at its finest.
Yeah.
And let's pivot to some more of the negative backlash after the immediate loss of John Cena. I'm going to call them out, Wrestling Republic. Their slew of photos that they put up about why did Triple H have to make him tap out in his final match?
Pure woke nonsense.
Pure woke nonsense. Oh, what do we do to the guy that's never given up his whole career? Oh, what if we make him tap out? It was part of the professional wrestling storytelling, and it's been on the forefront in our minds for weeks now after Gunther said, I'm going to make you tap. That was it. That was calling his shot, and he did it.
Yep, I fully agree. And I think it makes that tap out more iconic now. That Cena never used to tap out. That Cena didn't give up. It's now made that more prominent. And I swear, the crowd themselves were really, really good for most of the night.
Phenomenal.
Obviously, phenomenal for this match. They were really invested. The second Gunther's music hits, the boos were chaotic. When the match was starting and they were chanting at him, you tapped out, because he tapped out to Jay.
Jay of all people.
I don't think we can ever chant the you tapped out chants to Gunther again.
No.
Because
he tapped out our GOAT.
He tapped out the GOAT. Yeah.
Plain and simple.
And that to me is the poetic part of the story. Like, it makes way more sense that this is the way that we've booked it.
Yeah.
It makes it more iconic. It makes it more impressionable that that's what happened. Because nobody wanted to see it. Nobody wanted to see John Cena tap out. As wrestling fans, as Cena fans, we don't want to see him give up. Gunther made him do it. And I think I said to you on the live stream, this is fantastic for Gunther for the rest. He can gloat on this. As much as Brock Lesnar gloated on ending the streak.
Yeah, this is Gunther's streak moment.
Gunther tapped out the GOAT, and he's never being a babyface now.
No.
Not for a very, very long time.
Very interested to see how Monday Night Raw is going to start. I was going to mention it during the live stream. I thought about them potentially running back the whole Roman Reigns angle after he pinned The Undertaker at WrestleMania 33 and have him just walk out and just stand amongst the chorus of boos. Not say this exact line, but be like, this is mine now.
Yeah.
I'm the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
I think if you do have Gunther come out, and I think maybe that's how you want to start your show, I agree. Less is more with this.
Yeah, absolutely. And
let us as the audience get more and more angry at Gunther and let him just
stand there and take it, smile, laugh at the crowd. Just be like,
he's not coming back. Guess
I told you.
You can see me. And then walk off.
Fire. Shall we talk about the rest of the show now?
Yeah, I think so.
Kicking off the show.
I think the other thing too, we'll talk about maybe between now and the end of the year, we're going to do a John Cena episode. So this is obviously a breakdown of the show. We're going to try and put together between now and the end of the year our favorite John Cena matches, favorite John Cena moments. Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do a full dedication to his career because some of the stuff you saw this week, which we'll talk about, I guess, a little bit, the podcasts and all his appearances and stuff. There's a lot of John Cena stuff right now, and it's all deserving because, I think we even convinced a couple of people in the chat that were like, nah, Stone Cold's the greatest of all time. He's our favorite. By the end of the night, like, no, you're right. Cena's the GOAT.
Kicking off the show, our WWE champion, Cody Rhodes, in his exhibition match against the NXT champion, Femi, who came toe-to-toe on SmackDown.
That was a fire promo.
Oh, my God. And both of these entrances for Oba on SmackDown and on Saturday Night's main event just show you the sheer character and aura that he has as a superstar.
Yeah, 100% aura is the word. The fact that he got face-to-face with Cody and said, and he used the John Cena lines that, like,
your time is up.
Your time is up. My time is now. That was superb. The aggression that he showed, the confidence he had in himself, he looked so fantastic on SmackDown. And for those of us that know who Femi is, the ruler and the Warbringer and everything he is from NXT, we expected this. We knew this was coming.
Yeah.
For, I would say, a larger portion of the audience that only watches Raw or SmackDown and have no clue who Femi is, other than he was that big dude in the office that's now facing Cody Rhodes.
And they know now.
You know who he is.
Yeah.
And he put on a huge effort in that promo to make himself look amazing. Speaking of amazing, his shirt choices, mate, most fashionable.
Sensational.
Obra's a beast. But then this match, and it was a dominant match with Oba on top for the majority of the match.
Yeah. He
put on some really good moves. Some of those backbreakers he was hitting Cody with were huge. His strength was great. And to be fair, Cody sold it pretty well through most of it. I did suggest that probably Cody needs to maybe start looking at retiring the Cody Cutter because he's outdone every time by Javon Evans now. But
yeah, especially when Javon gets called up. Sometimes you just got to admit defeat to the younger generation.
Yeah. But this was look, it was what we wanted to see. I was always questionable. I think our TikTok and us had a fair discussion with this during the week around whether Oba should have gone up because if he has this match with Cody, yes, it's fantastic. He gets all the eyes on him. He gets the Saturday Night's main event. He gets the rub from facing Cody Rhodes. But if he loses, then it's not really a good dominant start. You want him on his main roster debut.
Yeah, exactly.
If he wins, then why does he go back to NXT as the NXT champion when he just pinned the WWE champion? Like, it just didn't make sense story-wise.
Enter Drew McIntyre.
100% enter Drew McIntyre. To me, too early.
Way too early. I think they only got like a single digit in minutes, I reckon. I don't think they crossed the 10-minute mark.
I can have a quick squeeze.
You have a quick look on Wikipedia.
I can find where my mouse is gone. There it is.
Had a couple of really hectic spots on the outside. Femi charging his way around the ring post, diving at Cody, who was positioned on the announce table. They both went absolutely flying over that announce table. Cody came up with a sliced ear, saw that all bandaged up as well. Yeah. So nice little tribute to John Moxley there, as our mate Booker Ted says. But yeah, this match was absolutely great up until that point. Drew McIntyre came into play way too quickly. I reckon, just while Dan's still getting it up, I reckon it was single digits. If not, it was like maybe 10, 11. I really don't feel like there was much time before Drew entered, ruined the equation. He got beat down on Cody a little bit. Femi picks him up. They go and they square off. 9 minutes, 10 seconds.
Not even 10 minutes.
Not even 10 minutes. Every match was single digits in minutes up until John Cena.
But I kind of anticipate. But I was kind of thinking they're all going to get 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's your first hour. And then you have an hour of Cena.
Yeah.
But they obviously put in all the videos and different things and all the other stuff around it. So it wasn't quite the same. But yeah, I agree with you that this was... Drew McIntyre was the out, right?
Yeah.
And it made sense that he came in because it's not safe workplace, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, and Cody set that up on last week's SmackDown.
Yeah.
Attacking Drew in the car before he'd been reinstated.
I have no problem with Drew causing the match to be a DQ.
Yeah.
I have a problem with how quickly it happened and And it was also flat in the match. Like, it wasn't at a point where, Oba's about to finish or Cody's about to hit a crossroads.
Cody hit a crossroads. Someone's going for a pin after a big move. There was nothing. It was just like...
And the ref was still in the ring. Like, there was no
ref. Ref was just hanging there. Drew slid in right next to the ref.
But the beatdown afterwards was good. Cody hit the Cody cutter on Drew. Oba hit a finish on him. They shook hands and sort of held their titles. Mutual respect, which is nice. I think, look, this rub is good for Obafemi. It's now made him huge. I think now he needs to come. When he does come back up, he probably goes with a Drew or Cody, wherever that sits. I wouldn't mind him now having a face-off with Drew McIntyre in the Royal Rumble.
Yes.
Yes. There's something to that. Because when those two faced off, I was like, yeah, I'd watch this. I'd watch Oba and Drew.
Absolutely. The big, huge things on the horizon for Obafemi after this showing at Saturday night's main event.
Yeah. Look, I still think he has to be a Raw after Mania call-up.
Yeah. You almost get to the point where, like, because of how well his reaction has been received on that SmackDown and now at Saturday night's main event.
Comes quicker.
Do they bring him up pre-WrestleMania? Does he get a call-up in the Rumble and then work the program leading up to WrestleMania?
I reckon this gives him a Rumble spot. I think I'm pretty confident he's in the Rumble. I think then maybe they'll play the how does he get a reaction? If he gets a good spot in the Rumble and the crowd goes for him, then maybe, all right, he's up.
He goes. Up he goes. Second match of the evening was Bayley versus Sol Ruka, both accompanied by their tag team partners, Lyra Valkyria and Zarya, respectively.
Got an Aussie on the Saturday night's main event card.
Thank God we got an Aussie there. And you didn't mention at some point during the match that having both of their tag team partners out there meant that they might get involved. And luckily we did not see any of that.
Yep.
Which is great. There was a couple of spots that were...
Early on. They were feeling out the process.
Early on in their 9.5 minutes.
This to me, though, was... this whole night obviously was handpicked by John Cena.
Yes.
He said, if you watched all of his interviews and stuff, that the one thing in his farewell tour he asked was that the final show be a showcasing of the future, not for him. And so him picking Sol Ruka and him picking Bayley, I think it's a pretty big call because Bayley obviously has worked really well with John. Yeah. He went to the, what did you say it was?
The Lodestone women's seminar, the wrestling seminar that they did.
He was there helping them out. He's obviously had a lot of, he's gone to NXT a couple of times towards the end of his run. He's got a lot of faith in what those kids are doing and what Bayley has done. So I think this was a really good highlight of Bayley and Sol Ruka. And when you think about it, Oba is the NXT champion against Cody as the champion. You got the tag champions against two up-and-comers. Why wasn't this JC Jane? Why wasn't this Stephanie Vaquer or Julia or something? It wasn't. It's because it was Bayley and Sol Ruka because that's who they think the future are.
Yeah.
And Bayley, we've always said, is probably underrated as one of the four horsewomen. She's overshadowed probably more so by the other horsewomen than her.
Yeah.
But she is the locker room leader of that women's locker room backstage. Every single person respects her and loves her backstage. And this goes to show it, right? Sol was a little nervous, I'd say, at the start of this match, and Bayley got her through it.
It's such a big card to be on. It's such a momentous moment in professional wrestling history.
Yeah.
Of course there would have been some nerves going into there.
Yeah. But this was great. Sol looked superb once she started hitting her moves. The cartwheel flip over the top ropes outside to Bayley. The reversal out of the rose plant into like a handstand was a sick move.
The agility on Sol Ruka is ridiculous sometimes.
She's very good. And the fact that she only started wrestling 3 years ago, it just, again, proves how good she is. I really enjoyed the finish because I knew she had hit a soul snatcher. Right? You could not put Sol Ruka on this card in front of this many eyes and not have her hit one of the coolest looking finishing moves in wrestling today. So when she first went to sort of go set it up when Bayley had sort of rolled out of something and you're like, and then she reversed through it. And then she went for a 1, 2, 3 quick roll up and then went and then hit the soul snatcher. You're like, yes. Too close to the ropes. The other one when Bayley hit the rose plant on her and her feet went on the ropes.
Yeah.
Everything in that corner was well organized that you knew exactly what they were trying to do and they hit everything exactly as they should have. And then the cheeky roll up finish afterwards. The fact that she hits the soul snatcher and then has to drag Bayley
back in the ring.
And the veteran Bayley didn't fight it. She let her drag all
let her
way.
waste her energy.
And then as soon
And
as
then
she
quick
went
roll up
bang, then
on roll. And then Sol Ruka reversing that roll up into her own pinning combination to get the victory. I really liked that finish and the roll ups hitting the Soul Snatcher. It looked like a lot of the time when you see it on NXT and stuff, you have that person sort of awkwardly waiting in position, waiting for Sol to make her move. But with the way that everything panned out in this match, Bayley was just like getting up as she would have after taking a big move, bracing herself on the ropes, then boom, Soul Snatcher. And it was the perfect pacing and execution of that.
Yep, agree. I think this was a really good showcase of both women. And I think they both came out better than they did before. And this is, again, same kind of thing with Oba. What they're doing with Sol is that, you know, she's clearly going to be someone on the main roster in the not too distant future. I'd love to see her get a chance. Maybe she's a bit too green still. But I think she has the talent, and very similar to Tiffy in that having that athletic background
it really helps.
The gymnastic background makes all of her moves look better. And the ability that she has to cartwheel and flip and move means that she can reverse a whole bunch of things better, which makes everything look cooler. And these days, the way wrestling is at the moment, it's all about how, like, those flippy type moves. It's very different to how it was 15 years ago.
Well, you mentioned that. Let's pivot directly to that tag team match, which was an excellent showcasing of what the future of professional wrestling may very well look like.
Yep.
Javon Evans and Leon Slater facing AJ Styles and Dragon Lee in possibly the hottest match on the card.
The start of this was wild.
100% right out of the gates for the entirety
Super
of that
kicks,
match.
bang. All right, let's jump over the top ropes. Let's go.
Boom, boom, boom. Leon Slater hitting like a corkscrew senton flip over the ring post to take out Dragon Lee. Wild shit. AJ Styles and Dragon Lee, AJ Lee, tag team name. They eventually got on top and would secure the victory, but it wasn't before a fair few hope spots from Leon Slater and Javon Evans to make you think, hey, we're going to seal this within a very tight time frame.
The spot where I think Dragon Lee was on the apron, Leon Slater jumped the ropes to Hurricane Run him off, but then fell into AJ Styles.
He caught him in the position for the Styles clash, and then Javon super kicks AJ Styles.
That was superb. That was absolutely brilliant.
Excellent sequence.
That was so much fun. The fact that just the pace that these guys all had in the ring. We're not going to talk about the phenomenal forearm. It didn't happen. Okay?
Well,
doesn't matter.
No, the forearm didn't happen.
Shut up. It didn't happen. All right?
That's all you need to know.
The other thing that I want to talk about with this, which I guess is the fact that both Leon Slater and Javon Evans weren't born before John Cena won his first US title, let alone debuted.
Yeah.
So they're both younger than that. For them to get that rub to be on this kind of card is crazy. For AJ Styles to get a spot on here, if you watched all of the interviews with John throughout the week, he kind of said that like AJ Styles is like one of his soulmates in terms of wrestling. Like the matches that they've had, although a large portion of their early careers, they never crossed paths because, you know, of one WWE, one in TNA, one in New Japan. Like there was until they did cross paths in WWE, but that was always one of the dreams.
Yeah.
It was, can we see Cena and Styles? Can we see? And we did. And the first lot of matches they had was great. The Royal Rumble 2017 was, let's say, arguably one of John Cena's best in-ring performances.
Yep.
And the pure fact that he made a point of saying, like a lot of people, that was the peak you can't wrestle John Cena times. They never left the ring. And he made a point of it, and it was one of his best matches. And then to redo that at Crown Jewel.
Crazy to think that they never left the ring for a wrestling match. It seems like such commonplace with professional wrestling these days.
Yeah, you go out.
There's always that spot where you go outside, you throw someone into the stairs, you get in a scuffle around the announce table, but no, they just kept it within those four ropes.
And then that Crown Jewel match in Australia was probably one of the top 3 matches I've seen for this year, I think.
Yeah, easily.
AJ being on this card was
I personally might put it top.
I
know a lot of people put SummerSlam top.
Yeah.
But I feel like there was a lot of other circumstances that made that good. There was stipulation to
we
that
might be
match.
a bit biased that it was also in Australia too.
Well, we weren't there, but it was Australia. It was on Australian soil. That's what makes it good.
But yeah, for the fact that these two young guys, which are the future of pro wrestling, to get this spot on Cena's last card was amazing. I think I was saying, maybe it was something I saw on one of the Santi videos. 20 years ago, people were coming in being like, oh, I wish I could be the next, Randy Orton, the next Brock Lesnar, the next John Cena, like big mat moves and suplexes and slams. And look at this. In 20 years' time, people are going to be, I want to be the next Javon Evans. The whole style of wrestling is going to change from slams and power and suplexes to flips and jumps and cutters. And like those two.
Even Will Ospreay's getting the kids on board.
Absolutely. And I think you were saying in the live chat that Leon Slater's probably going to get snapped up by WWE.
Yeah, especially after that performance. And you mentioned it, like, I know we don't want to talk about the phenomenal forearm spot, but his ability at such a young age to read the situation and react accordingly. Correct. And in the right way, capitalizing, go for a pin, giving the ref time to check on AJ to make sure he's okay.
Yep.
And then they just went straight to the finish.
That
shows a lot of in-ring maturity, especially being at such a young age. He's going to get snapped up real quick by WWE.
And the thing too with Leon Slater was that this weekend he was actually meant to have a WXW match in England, and then tomorrow, I think, was supposed to be wrestling for like the Rev Pro Heavyweight Championship, where he'd been building a feud for months for that match in Rev Pro in the UK. And he didn't, because he was on John Cena's final card. And I think if I'm Leon Slater, as much as I would have loved to have won a title, or possibly won a title, to not going on John Cena's final card, like that is amazing. And so if anybody in the indie scene or Rev Pro, anyone else is like, oh, he's selling out the indies, he's not good enough.
It's not that.
Mate, give him the match, because he was brilliant in this match. He was completely highlighted. He's the TNA X Division champion. We were pitching in the live chat that we really want an AJ Styles versus Leon Slater for the X Division title.
Make it happen.
Because that was what happened on TNA a while ago when AJ Styles showed up.
Yeah.
Was
when Leon Slater beat Moose for the championship.
Yeah. We were like, do it, please. That'd be great.
The story's there.
It is.
You just got to put it on the springboard. Send it off. Send AJ off.
Make it phenomenal.
Yeah. That covers off Saturday night's main event. Got a lot of stuff to talk about with the shows. So do we want to pivot to that?
Do we want to just touch on the rest of the stuff with Cena for the week? And obviously the farewell at the end of the
there's
show.
a lot of podcasts and stuff that have come out. You watched the one with
Tom Rinaldi, the WWE one.
Thank you.
I watched the CVV one.
We both watched the Chris Van Vliet one.
I watched the Pat McAfee one.
You watched that. I watched the majority of the Joe Rogan podcast episode with John Cena on it as well. Started watching his old ones with Stephanie McMahon last week as well. Man, that dude, he's just, when he gets into the interview,
you watch them on the Down Under the Mat channel, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why they pop up.
Yeah, because I opened it up the other day to look at something and I was like halfway through this interview and I was like, no, I haven't watched this yet.
Well, you know why I use it? Because Dan pays for YouTube Premium.
I do.
Which means no ads.
Yeah.
And that's why I use it.
You're welcome.
I feel like just touching on the Joe Rogan episode first so we can dust that off, because I know Joe Rogan's a controversial figure in media and entertainment.
Yes, he is.
They were just having fat chats, man. They were just having an absolute blast, just talking about it, talking about addiction to pills and the fact that John Cena's never had any pain medication in his wrestling career.
Yeah, right.
Even recovering from surgeries. He said he's still got tons of like full bottles of pills in a drawer in his house because he just doesn't use pain medication. They went on to talk about one of the weightlifters or something who was doing a documentary on how everyone gets addicted to painkillers.
Yeah.
He got an injury and then he got addicted to painkillers, which is just wild stuff. And the fact that John Cena just never touched it.
Do it.
Yeah. Joe Rogan said that he's the same. He's not taken any pain medication whatsoever. And the fact that they can just know what their body is capable of, deal with it, and then just move on. And like we all saw how quickly John Cena recovered from that pectoral injury. He was back months ahead of schedule, won the Royal Rumble, won the title back at WrestleMania when he shouldn't have even been there.
That's John Cena.
It is a testament to how hardworking John Cena was.
If you haven't watched all those podcasts, I definitely recommend doing it.
Yeah.
Mostly for the fact that you get an insight into John Cena, the person. The Tom Rinaldi one, he kind of holds himself back a little bit because it's the WWE one that went on after Raw. So you know that he's trying to stay in character for that because that's on the WWE programming. If anyone's going to see that's everybody. So I've got to state, I can't give you any tips to the story. I can't tell you what's going to happen. I can't tell you what was going to be booked or not booked because of it. Whereas the CVV one is a bit more inside baseball because it's more for the fans because Chris is a fan and he knows that people that watch the CVV podcast are wrestling purists and wrestling marks like us. He's going to put a few extra things in there. Same as Pat McAfee. Pat's show, like he gave a few extra things, like some of the stuff around Travis Scott and what was booked for that and how he was going to run that whole final run. And the one thing that I kind of want to talk about for the whole show for this Saturday night's main event, and I think partially why I think Triple H got booed, which I don't agree with. I think we shouldn't be booing Triple H. If he's not your favorite booker right now and some of the stories suck, it's fine. Don't boo Triple H for it. I don't think it's worth anyone's time.
No.
But the comment that came out throughout the week was that Cena said, I wanted to do 220 dates.
Yeah,
and
this is a very big talking
36.
point.
Now that obviously I think has pissed a lot of people off. They're like, oh, we could have got John Cena every week. I would have loved to have had more John Cena in this farewell run. I would have loved to have seen him do a couple more Raws, a couple more SmackDowns, maybe have the final Raw of the run before his night's main event, a confrontation with Gunther probably would have been great. Anything in that run between him and AJ Styles, confrontational stuff in the ring, probably would have been fine. But I don't think I would have wanted 200 dates. Because it's not like it was 15 years ago when your 200 dates was Raw and SmackDown and 3 or 4 house shows a week and stuff like you couldn't do it. Because if you're doing 200, there's 50 SmackDowns, 50 Raws, 50 NXTs, and 14 pay-per-views. He's still got another 40 dates to do. Yeah. It's not happening, right? But also, if you have John Cena on every show, every week,
it's not as special.
We stop caring. The scarcity of his farewell run, the fact that when he said, I've got 36 dates, and we were counting them down, made each date important because you're like, that's 31. That's 23. We've only got 15 left.
Holy shit.
And every one of them felt important. If that was, oh, this is 112. Oh, we've got 110 to go. You don't care as much.
Yeah.
So I don't get the internet's anger that he said that. I also think it was the CVV podcast where he said that the biggest issue with it is not the timing and the schedule, it's the insurance, it's the cost. And you've got to sort of put some things together between, him and the insurance companies at TKO and like, how do we do it? Because if he's wrestling 30 dates, the risk for him to get injured or hurt is here. If he's wrestling 100 dates, it's here. If he's
200,
200, it's here.
Yeah.
So, there's the cost to that. There's the scarcity to that.
And then if he does get injured, there's the risk of all the productions that he works on, the movies, the TV shows, them having to lose money to the delay so John Cena can be healthy again for them to resume filming.
And I can't remember which one of the podcasts, but he said it on one of them. He goes, if I have a match and I get bruised or I hurt my nose, I can't film another scene of my movie or my TV show until I look exactly like I did before.
Yeah.
So if he does have a wrestling match and cops a black eye, then
that's
2 weeks,
a few weeks
he's not filming.
I think that was on the CVV one because he mentioned when he was talking about the insurance, in order to get the favorable outcome for resolving the issue, he would be fronting the cost, whether it's like a 30%, a 40% or whatever. He would work with all three parties to figure out, all right, hey, we got this coming up. We need insurance for it. I'm going to pay this much of it, split the others, and that sort of stuff. So
I think the final run was good. I think the numbers, look, I would have loved 50 or 60. I think that probably would have been a bit better to give him some more shows. But I think that having it as a scarcity of a small amount of dates made that final run better.
Yeah.
The only gripe I think I can clearly have with the final run is the lack of storyline, telling of what was out of John's control. And to be fair, what was out of WWE's control? Yeah. I haven't watched the whole
Rock.
The Rock and Travis Scott. I haven't watched the Logan Paul podcast yet, but he essentially says that it was meant to be a tag match with him and Cena and Travis at Money in the Bank, was it? But Travis didn't show up.
Yeah.
And that's when they pivoted. And
that's when Logan Paul was talking to Nick Khan, which I'm going to be watching that one.
So that's tomorrow. The one I want to watch because that to me is outside of Triple H and Nick Khan and John Cena's control. Because if Travis Scott doesn't show up and he realizes, you know what, shit, wrestling's a bit harder than I thought. I can't do this anymore. And they planned this thing and then one person bails out, then you pivot. Yeah. And that's what John Cena.
That's what we got.
That's what we got. And I think that's the only gripe I have with the farewell tour. Otherwise, this is fantastic. And the fact that you got all those incredible emotional video packages, the one with all of the superstars saying thank you, Cena, giving the salutes, the word life, even Brock Lesnar. We see you. All that is phenomenal, and I tear up and I get goosebumps every time I watch that video because it is so phenomenally done. And
they picked the perfect song for it too. That gets the tugging of the heartstrings going.
We said this for years. WWE are the kings of production.
They just know.
They are so good at it.
I really need people to ease up on hating the retirement tour because we're lucky we even got it to begin with.
And how many times do wrestlers go out when they want to on their own plans? I think Cody even said it post night. He said it's like Frank Sinatra. He did it my way.
Yep.
And not often do wrestlers go out their way.
No.
And John did. And I think we all need to appreciate that.
Absolutely. There's no point dwelling on what could have been. Just enjoy what happened.
Absolutely. Earn that sunset, as John Cena would say.
Earn the sunset. That's a real good one.
That's a quote that I love from him. And the one that The Rock put on The Rock's video about when he was talking to Cena today was, it's really nice to be important, but it's more important to be nice.
Love it. Let's pivot off to the shows now. We'll skip the talk about Gunther's promo, that open show, because we kind of already covered that.
Yep.
And anything else around that as well. Mystery Attacker has returned.
Is it the same Mystery Attacker?
That's the question. Is it the same Mystery Attacker? I think it was Brian Alvarez was reporting. No, it is not. Austin Theory was our Survivor Series attacker, and then this one was Montez Ford.
Which is very convenient because those are the two names that most of the IWC are like, oh, it looks like this person. Look at the butt. It's got to be one of those two.
Yeah.
And now they're like, well, maybe it is one of those two.
Yeah.
I said to you, I think this is just keeping someone under a mask until it's January 1st and Chris Jericho's no longer with AEW and Jericho can be the next Vision person.
I don't know. I don't know if I want that.
But the Jericho,
I want Jericho back. I don't know. No, you can't.
The Jericho Vortex.
Reuse the fucking Chris Jericho Learning Tree Jericho Vortex.
The Jericho Appreciation Society. He loves a faction.
No, you can't. You can't do that. You can't steal that shit from AEW because they will call you on it, and then they will make fun of us and all the WWE fans. So the Mystery Attacker returned in the main event of Monday Night Raw, which was LA Knight versus Logan Paul.
Yeah.
This came about because Logan Paul, in a backstage segment with Paul Heyman and the Bronze, look, we got to solve this Rey Mysterio problem. He attacked me on SmackDown the other week. Rey's going out for his match against Finn Balor. Lo and behold, Logan Paul comes out, beats the crap out of him. LA Knight makes the save. Move to the main event. Mystery Attacker comes out, takes out LA Knight, gives him a stomp. Logan Paul hits the big old frog splash, gets the 1, 2, 3. Out come Paul Heyman and the Bronze. We get a really awkward promo to end the show with Bron Breakker, who absolute fire on the mic, but it was just like, it was a little weird that they had the main event and then he cut a promo. I was like, are they really just going to end the show on a promo?
Well, yeah, because it's Bron.
Yeah, but like, it was a great promo, but like, I don't know if it's like...
And you know what? I'm going to take your title. And maybe I'll take your wife
too.
Whoa! I love Logan's face for that was like, whoa, hey. Yeah. And Paul Heyman was like, whoa, 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 whoa. We did not agree to this, Bron.
Spicy.
I like it. I do like that a lot.
Logan Paul and Bronson Reed would grab LA Knight, head out the back, start beating him up as he was getting carried out by the officials. And we got a tsunami to LA Knight on top of a car.
He got ricocheted.
And this is what has people worried. Did he get ricocheted?
Is LA Knight finished? No, he's not. He just re-signed, didn't he?
But he held up the sign and said, we want LA Knight and not Jey Uso.
Oh, and then you get him through to the finale of the Last Time Is Now tournament, and then you give him the main event.
I think it's
Raw.
okay.
It's fine.
I think this is the beginning of something bigger for LA Knight.
I think this is hey, I have plans this Christmas. I'm going to go over to Europe with whatever. Can I have a couple of weeks off? Sure. How do we do it?
Boom.
How about we put you through a car and you can show back up at the Royal Rumble when everyone forgets that you did the Jey Uso thing?
Well, I know we have talked about our plans, but let's put something new into the works.
Okay. What are we doing?
You're going to say no. Dan's going to say no because it involves LA Knight facing Bron Breakker at WrestleMania for the heavyweight championship.
Not a Mania match.
Why not?
Because that's what CM Punk's there for, man.
Yeah, I know, and that's why. Like, it's in the back of my mind. I'm like, oh, that could be cool. Like, finally something big for LA Knight.
It's not a Mania match. Maybe a chamber match.
Yeah,
like it's a pay-per-view main event. I can see that, but I don't think it's a WrestleMania.
You're just too set on your Punk.
Well,
winning
we
the
know
chamber
that
angle.
Punk. So the pitching of the story.
The pitch, if you haven't heard it yet, here's the pitch.
Is obviously the first Raw of Netflix in 2026. Bron versus Punk. Bron wins. Bron gets the title. Punk goes through the Rumble, doesn't win it.
Roman Reigns wins.
Roman Reigns wins the Rumble, so then he goes off and faces Cody. And Punk has to go through the Elimination Chamber, which is in Chicago, to get a title shot to Bron Breakker.
Yeah.
That's what happens. But then on that Elimination Chamber card, you can have Bron versus LA Knight, which means LA Knight then isn't in the chamber, so he doesn't have to try and win it. So Punk can win that without going through LA Knight.
Yeah.
That way, LA Knight gets his pay-per-view match.
And the little tidbit about Roman Reigns not choosing his champion by the time CM Punk's won the chamber, so then they can start bickering
of who
gets what.
Yeah.
Because, like I mentioned, Roman would technically get priority because he won the Royal Rumble. And that supersedes the Elimination Chamber win.
Well, you've heard all the rumors recently that, like, Reigns isn't enjoying movies as much as they thought he would. And he does want to come back to wrestling.
I don't blame him. I saw some articles this week about him. He's gearing up for a championship run to then drop it to the future of the business.
Which I'm fine with. Like, I don't want another 3 years of Roman Reigns.
And that was the talking point of what I saw. It was like, it's not going to be a long run.
Yep. Good.
It'll be a short 6 months maybe.
Yep.
And then
fine with it. I'm happy. I like Roman. I'm happy to have him back. I loved his run as the tribal chief. I just don't want to see that longevity again.
Yeah.
The other thing that I want to talk about this part is that I'm really enjoying Logan Paul in the Vision.
He's really working well.
And the fact that he's there every week and he's working well off Bron and off Heyman and he's clearly learning, I think that's a good thing. I did kind of feel that he was a bit sloppier in the main event match because from what we've seen with Logan Paul is when he's wrestled, it's been a pay-per-view.
And it's been a couple months for him to prep for that match.
Or, weeks, months, however long to get ready. This seems like he's now having to go week by week setting up matches.
Yeah.
And he's not quite at that fluid level just yet.
No, and it's got to take time for him as well. Like, we've harped on about him and his in-ring performances for those pay-per-view matches all the time. This is the true test of whether he can hang it.
I think
doing week-to-week shows and matches in the ring with little to no prep.
Yep. I think it's good that he's in there. I'm interested to see who the Vision person is. I assume it's going to just be
Could it be both? Could they actually reveal both of them?
Maybe.
As members of the Vision.
Or do they delay it long enough that it actually is Seth? And we all pretended the whole time that it wasn't Seth. And it was him the entire time.
No. What are they going to do? Just play it off. Oh, I had my faction mates attack me and take me out because I knew I was injured and had to relinquish the title. So I fooled you all again. No, I don't. Nah, that's lame.
What if you do that and Bron by that point?
But that would also explain why they're doing the stomp.
But what if by that point Bron has won the title and Seth just gets back and just holds his hand out and Bron just gives him the title back?
Oh. No.
I don't think that'll happen. But, you know. But I'm enjoying the Vision. I think now you've got this lull between now and January with Christmas and everything being pre-recorded.
It's a couple of weeks. It won't be too bad.
It'll be fine. I want to just keep now having the bronze be dominant. And do you know what? If you want to put the tag titles on Logan Paul and Bronson Reed.
Well, I really like the dynamic that Logan Paul has in the Vision because he's kind of like the cowardice one where he's like, oh yeah, well we have to sort it out. And Paul Heyman was like, yeah, you do have to sort it. Yeah, so he's kind of like trying to make Logan Paul stand on his own when Logan Paul just wants the bronze as backup to do his dirty work.
Yeah, which also
Paul Heyman's making Logan Paul do it himself.
Which is probably better long-term for his character.
Yeah, I really like that dynamic that they're going with. But yeah, Bronson and Logan Paul, go for it.
Yeah, do it.
Run with it. Love it. Let's touch on the tag team division. We had some very interesting happenings on Monday Night Raw.
Oh, yeah. So, this was nearly a week ago, so I've forgotten everything that's happened. But yeah.
Well, I put the note down. I didn't even write the note that we're about to talk about down. Because AJ and Dragon Lee retained against the War Raiders. Out would come the New Day. Because they weren't out. They were at ringside next to the announce desk. They were live streaming.
That's right. They were. Yes, they were.
Out come the Usos. We're back in the tag team division and we want gold. And we're back because Jay lost in the last time is now tournament.
Uh-huh.
Jay lost the World Heavyweight Championship. There was another comment as well. But Jimmy was making a firm point that we're back in the tag team division because of Jay Uso's failures. Mm-hmm. And he crashed out the other week after losing to LA Knight. I think this is just layers to the story.
Yep.
Jimmy's going to keep bringing it up that we're back because
until
Jay failed.
Yep.
We're still going with that story of Jay turning on Jimmy.
It's going to happen and he's going to snap.
Yeah.
But I think this is fantastic for that tag division.
We get it. Usos and New Day again, man. Because the New Day said, if you want to get back in this tag team division, Usos, you have to go through us.
Yep.
Oh, I can't wait for that.
That is going to be super fun. And then if you throw in the War Raiders, who were pretty good, you throw in the Judgment Day again, give them some shots in there. You've got the New Day, you've got the Usos, you've got Dragon Lee and AJ Styles.
It wasn't too long ago that we were absolutely
back,
shitting on the Raw tag team division. Now we're like, yeah, this is fire. The Usos are back. The Usos and New Day with the War Raiders, AJ Styles.
We're
loaded, guys. Let's go.
I loved this part of the segment. The one thing that I remember from all of this stuff was when Jay was getting angry and yelling at the New Day and then yelling at Dragon Lee and the whole time. And then when they super kicked everybody and they all went out of the ring and the New Day left and it was just Grayson standing there and Grayson just looked at him and was like, we will run it back.
And they just rolled out.
I'll get out. That I legitimately laughed out loud at Grayson for that. That was so funny.
Yeah. Great work from Grayson.
Grayson playing Waller.
Grayson.
And I love the name, please, if they're going to stick to it, the New G.O.A.T.
I don't even know. Where did they say that?
I don't know. I don't know where I heard it, but I heard it somewhere.
Because I know Braden said it in our Discord, and I was like...
Because I said it first, and he's like, is that their new name? I was like, I hope so. Yeah. The New G.O.A.T.
New G.O.A.T. No. Let's talk about the women's division now. Io defeated Kairi Sane with Rhea Ripley and Asuka at ringside. This is all working towards that tag team titles situation. We had Rhea and Asuka the other week, didn't we?
Yes.
Which ended in no contest because everyone got involved. Yes. So everything's gearing towards that situation. Really interestingly, Nikki Bella came out to call out Stephanie Vaquer again, who then got taken out by Raquel Gonzalez. Rodriguez, same shit, different name. I was so confused, and they worked it into the backstage segment that followed because it's not going to be Roxanne and Raquel going back for the tag team championships. It's apparently maybe going to be Roxanne and Liv Morgan.
And that is what my dreams are made of, is Roxanne and Liv Morgan. My goodness.
That entrance that they had, sheer magic. There was a backstage interaction with Raquel and Liv, where Liv's just like, hey, Raquel, what are you doing?
What do you think you're doing?
Oh, I'm just stopping Nikki Bella from taking another championship opportunity when she took it off me.
Yeah, because I wanted a title shot and I won. I pinned whoever when I want a shot. Yeah. So I'm going to go talk
to her. And it was like, but you didn't talk about it with us. And Raquel, the comment was, I didn't know we need to clear everything through you anymore.
Bit of tension.
We'll see how it pans out. Because she seemed to be playing pretty chummy with Roxanne.
You can't not have tension in the Judgment Day, though. Oh, it's kind of what they do.
It's been going on for years at this stage. It's the whole bit. They had the tension with Edge, and then Edge left. And they had the tension with Damian Priest and Rhea, and then they left. And now we're just waiting to see who the next ones are. Finn and Dom. Now Liv and Raquel. And Roxanne's, she's all fine because Liv helped Roxanne win her match against Lyra Valkyria, Bird Lady.
Bird Person, yep.
That was the right result. I don't give a shit about Bird Person.
Yeah. No, this was interesting for me because we all went, oh, well, it's going to be Liv going to take on Stephanie now, right?
They're delaying that.
But then if that's going to happen now, we're like, oh, well, then how do you stop Liv from winning it straight away
Yeah.
and taking it from Stephanie too quickly? Oh, you just put Raquel in the middle and you delay it by a month or two. Okay, makes sense.
Yeah.
I get it.
No, I like that because it's going to give Raquel time to shine in that main event spotlight.
And it gives you a chance for Liv to win the Rumble.
There we go.
Because you want her to win.
Everything's coming up Millhouse, mate. Everything's coming up Millhouse. Let's talk about this SmackDown women's division as well. There's some huge shit happening there. Charlotte, Alexa, and Rhea Ripley facing off backstage, still working in that tag team division. Rhea had the main event slot, winning the match with Damian Priest against Zelina and Aleister Black.
Yawn, but sure.
Yes, correct. The match was not overly fantastic, but the right team won. What I want to talk about is Charlotte and Alexa. Well, Charlotte accompanying Alexa ringside for her match against Lash Legend.
Yep.
And then Lash Legend pinning Alexa Bliss. Clean. Huge victory for Lash Legend.
I like it.
In her debut singles match on SmackDown.
Like it.
I love it. I love it.
I love the way that they've done all of this stuff with the women's storytelling. And you can tell it's not Road Dogg writing any of this because he couldn't do this to save his life.
Yeah.
The tension between, Rhea and Charlotte and Alexa around the tag stuff, and then when they walk away, and then all you get is Jade Cargill just walking over. And
the face-off with Rhea Ripley. Holy shit, that got me so excited.
Instantly just like, I never thought about this.
I saw it and I was like, give me that match at WrestleMania.
Give me that match whenever.
Bianca off. And I wonder if this is potentially laying the seeds for that WrestleMania match in case Bianca's finger just isn't
I
healing.
have heard, or from what the stuff is, obviously we've now been formally told, I believe, that SmackDown is going back to 3 hours.
First SmackDown of the year, 3 hours. Fuck.
Great. I mean, I don't really want that because it was a bit of a drag last time, but I think last time we all hated it because it was a 2-hour SmackDown that they dragged to 3 hours. Now that you've got all this stuff,
we've got the
tag and things, and
mid-card title,
the US titles, you've got both of them. You've got the US Open Challenge, you've got the MFTs, you've got the Wyatts, you've got a bunch of things now. You could put 3 hours together.
Yeah.
But to do that, there's kind of been talk that they're going to have to shuffle some things up. And I think Rhea Ripley is going to move to SmackDown and she might be facing Jade Cargill.
Yeah.
And I think that would be a shake-up of that women's division because we said right now there is no one for Jade. No. For her to keep going through Michin, and she destroyed Michin against
Gets me so excited now.
Like, no one cares about Michin. No one cares about BFAB.
Well, that's why they didn't even have the advertised match.
Why would they?
Jade wasn't even in ring gear. She just beat Michin down backstage.
That choke slam.
Huge choke slam.
But this to me
wipes the floor with Michin.
This to me is a point where they've said,
yeah,
we know this division's probably not strong enough. How do we fix it?
Rhea fucking Ripley.
Rhea Ripley, baby.
Or Rhea Bloody Ripley, sorry. That's on the shirts.
So yeah, I like that. I like Lash getting some wins. I like Nia, obviously still big. I like Alexa and Charlotte still working together. You've still got the Kabuki Warriors. You've still got the women everywhere. I like that they're giving them all spots so that if it is Rhea, great. And then if Rhea loses, you know what? Charlotte can have a crack at her because she's been doing it. And then you know what? If one of them wins, it doesn't have to go straight to back being Jade. It could be Lash because you're starting to
Tiffy's still there? I know we didn't like Tiffy and Jade
at some point.
Yeah, but I feel like now that Jade's heel, we can redo that and have a decent match because we just had a squash match. Tiffy was injured.
Do you tease the Tiffy and Charlotte thing again too?
I wouldn't be against that because they actually had a banger in-ring performance. So, man. And again, it's like we were shitting on the Raw Tag Team division not long ago and now we're like, hell yeah, it's looking good. The future of this SmackDown women's division is looking great.
As long as they don't keep them all in the tag teams.
Yeah.
They're building everyone up as tag teams and then as soon as they split off, then they're going to have a chance.
Yeah.
That's what we said with Rhea and Io and Charlotte and Alexa. All of them are singles champions in a tag team right now. It's building two divisions at once.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you know what we forgot to talk about?
What did we forget?
We'll touch on Javon's win over The Miz on SmackDown, which was a great match. Great high-flying spots, as always, for Javon Evans. But we forgot to talk about The Miz coming out before the John Cena match against Gunther. Being interrupted by R-Truth. And say, you did something rather inappropriate with Nick Aldis's balls. Holds one up. Miz is like, give me that ball. Opens it up.
And yeah, see whose name it was that you took out of the tournament.
Yeah. He mouths it first. He's like, who's Joe Hendry?
Say
His name, man. He appears.
Up here.
I believe in Joe Hendry. Can't clap with when I'm holding the microphone.
I got you.
I was not expecting this.
This was fantastic, though. This was, I think you could tell that Cena wanted Miz and Truth and Hendry.
And he found a way to get them on the show.
Perfect. Because I think I said to you on the live stream, as much as it was cool to have the Ziggler match and the Cardona spot, or the Zack Ryder spot, blanked on what he was named before. It was cool for them to have that match, but then it kind of was nothing.
Yeah.
Giving Joe Hendry that same thing probably wasn't going to give him the rub it needed.
I wonder if he was originally going to be that mystery opponent for LA Knight, but they just couldn't line up the time for him to actually appear on that SmackDown.
Or they realized the feedback they were getting of, oh, this was a cool one and done moment. They didn't want a third one and done moment. So like, how else
that's also a good way to put it.
Because if Hendry, kind of like with Oba, right? If he comes up and he has a match and then he disappears back to NXT, no one cared.
Yeah.
But this spot, he got the rub from Truth. He got the rub from Miz. He was right before John Cena. Every eye was on that ring, waiting for that main event.
I had set up the TikTok live feed to like show the match because I was like, all right, John Cena's match is up next. No, it was Joe Hendry, The Miz, and R-Truth.
Great. That was a very
unexpected. Good to slide in that little comedic spot.
And I'm glad that Miz did get his moments.
Yeah.
Not specifically with Cena, but on the Cena film.
On Cena. And then he was one of the first ones to join the panel after the show for the post-show
and
press
say that
conference
Gunther
as well.
is now the future of the business.
But he is. Man, look who he's going to retire next.
No, probably he's 4 years old. So
I did see in that Wrestling Republic post that they had Gunther with the Infinity Gauntlet, and it had Randy Orton, AJ Styles, and Brock Lesnar on it. And he already had 2 stones lit up, but there's the other 3 to go. Just do it. Do it.
You know what? I'm not against him retiring Brock and AJ.
I don't think that's
the other one that would be really fun. I don't think he'll do this one. I think this last one is already a predetermined final match. But I would love to see Rey Mysterio and Gunther.
He would just
Could you imagine him just chopping the shit out of... And Rey is the ultimate underdog. He plays that role so well. Yeah, it would be brilliant. But that match, unfortunately, I'm pretty sure it's
got to be Rey and Dom for the retirement. Absolutely. The only other thing to talk about from SmackDown was the United States Championship Open Challenge. Well, not Open Challenge.
This was finally Ciampa, the jackass, getting his spot.
Ciampa getting his opportunity, having an absolute slobber knocker of a match, busting Ilya Dragunov open. He's pissing blood from his nose everywhere. His hands were just soaked in blood. Not getting the victory. Coming close. So there was a point when DIY came out, Gargano and Candice, and I was like, holy shit, Ciampa's going to win this.
Oh, when she hung him on the ropes and he hit the knee?
Yeah.
Did he hit the Fair Italian knee? No.
I think he had it already, or maybe he geared up to hit it after that.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh my God, they're going to do it. But they didn't. Post-match beatdown ensues after Ilya retains, and then Carmelo Hayes, of all people, comes out to make the save to a huge pop.
Absolutely.
Which I want to give a little bit surprised. I was honestly really surprised to start with.
Yeah.
But we discussed it on the live stream.
The him character is kind of heelish.
Yeah.
Like he's too good for everybody. He wears his sunglasses everywhere. He's a bit of a heel. But you have to give full credit for this babyface turn, I guess, to The Miz. The Miz has not won a singles match all year long, and yet he has done so well with Truth to get Truth over. He's done so much with John Cena's whole last time run without ever having to actually face John Cena in it.
Yeah.
And Carmelo Hayes got cheered. Like the top babyface of SmackDown coming out to face DIY. Like, who cares? The pop for Melo was because of The Miz.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm super keen to see Melo and Ilya against DIY.
Oh, that's going to be a great tag team match.
That will be fun. Because those 4 in NXT, when they were down in NXT, superb. Absolutely superb talents. A lot of this. No, we're not doing Penta. Because Penta's still hurt. Well, supposedly Penta's still on the card for next weekend.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, I think I haven't seen anything. Correct me if I'm wrong.
I wonder if it was just like
comments.
a minor tweak and he's just been like rehabbing enough to do that match. Then might take a
Yeah. Well, because
elongated.
it's
Maybe that's why they've taken him off the shows, just so he can have like a reduced schedule.
yeah, because it's the Triple A
rehab it.
match. It's him and Ray Phoenix against Dominant. As far as I'm aware, let me know in the comments on my
Yeah.
Discord, like if we're wrong. But I'm pretty sure
The match is
they
still on.
haven't said the match is off
That's exciting.
because that's
Lucha Brothers.
next weekend Triple A.
That's all we've got for today's episode.
Is there anything else we need to touch on from the week?
I don't think so.
NXT, Iron Survivor. That wasn't the pay per view last weekend.
We touched on that on last week's episode.
What happened on NXT this week?
Oh, Jordan Evans used his Iron Survivor opportunity to face Obafemi
Oh, did he cash it in already?
and lost
I knew he faced
Yeah.
Oba. I didn't know he'd cashed
He
it in
lost.
straight away.
because Ricky
Saints
Saints
turned heel.
yeah, and cost Javon Evans.
That's cool.
My initial thought for that was Ricky's getting called up.
Well,
Because now who's going to go against Obafemi?
well, yeah, he's a heel. Is Oba a heel? Not
And then,
really.
like, that's the thing. I think maybe because of this reaction on SmackDown and Saturday Night's main event, maybe that pivots over towards
Becoming
being like a
babyface.
tweener, babyface.
Yeah.
Because, like, he's got that attitude to just, he acts like a heel, like kind of how Carmelo is going. Carmelo is going at the moment. Acts like a heel.
It's
He's getting the crowd reactions.
Yeah.
Everyone loves him. So maybe that's what they've done.
Look, I wouldn't be against that. I think Ricky Saints is really good.
Tony D'Angelo also attacked Javon Evans after
That's
the
right,
match.
because Tony came back after the Iron Survivor with his beard and stuff, and then went face to face with Oba, and now he's going face to face with someone else. So, like, you don't know who Tony's going for, which is
Yeah. Well, no,
interesting.
it was on NXT as Oba came out to face. No, that was after the pay-per-view.
Yeah, that was after maybe when they stood face to face and stuff. So,
Signing off. See ya.
what else? Well, I mean, we've got a couple more minutes. We might as well just talk. What is there?
I have
anything-
nothing else from NXT.
Well, not just about NXT.
I haven't watched AEW this week, but Kyle Fletcher and Speedball was
do need to
apparently
watch
an
that.
absolute banger match.
Yeah, I do need to watch
Gonna
that.
add
match.
that to my list.
Yep. There was something else that I was going to try and bring up, but I can't remember what it was.
Not important.
Obviously, it
If
wasn't.
you forgot it, it's not important.
If you liked our live stream and you want to come and chat to us more, join our Discord.
Discord.
Link is in the description, as you can see right here. Come and chat to us in the comments. The last few videos, we've had some really good people commenting and stuff,
Yeah.
and it's really nice to see. We do have a bunch of games and stuff coming for you in the next
we've
few
loaded
weeks.
up. I think we've got like 4 or 5 different games coming out over the holiday period because we're going to take a bit of a step back, reduce our schedule a little bit, and have some family time. So we've got some nice game shows for you coming up, which we might try and continue next year as well.
Yeah,
They're
think they
nice
were
and
fun.
easy.
They were fun. I like
Yeah.
doing it because it was no spoilers, but it was kind of a fair competition, I think, between you and I.
Yeah, there were
was
a
no
couple of
one clean
ones. Yeah, there were a couple of ones where you were kind of pickled and I was kind of pickled.
Who Danny's
Ooh.
favorite was?
Yeah, Lewis's favorite.
Lewis's favorite? Yeah. Stupid.
Context to come. You'll see. You'll see. I guess we're going to wrap it up there.
Yep.
Thank you, Mr. Dan Danielson, for gracing us with Madison Square Garage. Thank you for joining us here down under the mat. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe on all
Thank
of our
you,
social media platforms.
John Cena
yes.
for a
Most of all.
23-year career.
Thank you, John Cena. We will see you next time down under the mat.